Today is our quest for legendary mech armor, superconductors, and we have supercapacitors. We're going to need a lot of holmium plates. Ooh, we got plenty of holmium. Our first rare holmium plates. Ooh, actually this is working. Okay, we got our first legendary superconductor. Heck yeah. Should we keep investing in accumulators or should we go fusion on Fulgora? I have plenty of fusion parts, so we can use those. And I also have plenty of barrels of fluoroketone, and I have fusion power cells. That is a lot of holmium. I've never seen so much holmium before. Ooh, we got our first holmium plate in legendary quality. That's awesome. Means we're 0.5% of the way to completing all our holmium plates. We can't use speed modules because speed modules take quality away, so I need to scale a bit. Yeah, I think that's really our only option. What is the bottleneck other than power? Probably the fact that I haven't actually put inserters. That might actually help a little bit. We're out of power again. God damn, how much power are we eating? Fusion generator produces 50 megawatts. So we can attach 2 of those to a single fusion reactor. Oh, but there's neighbor bonuses too. Okay, so maybe if we get 4 fusion reactors together. Does it work the same way as... Oh, hang on. How would a neighbor bonus like this work? Does it work the same way that a nuclear reactor works, where you can just put 4 of them next to each other? Or can you do some more wacky contraptions with it? Because they are bigger. Do we have a tips and tricks for fusion? No. Guess they want you to figure it out. While we've been gone, how's our legendary ores going? Ooh, got quite a nice little supply going. Okay. So we need to ship fluoroketone, probably not that much. Send that up. And then we need a whole bunch of fusion cells. I want to see... Whoops, hang on, I put them back in. I want to see how does these work. How would you actually get a neighbor bonus for that? How does the neighbor bonus work on a fusion reactor? Does it work when you connect the fluoroketone, or does it work when you connect the plasma? Oh wait, we can connect them like this. Well, what if we did a hexagon? No, hexagon can't work because then you can't insert fusion cells into the middle reactor. So you'd have to go with something more like this. You do an H. It's annoying you can only send up 1 at a time. It's going to take a little while to ship everything. How's our legendary stuff from Fulgora going? We have 2 holmium plates. We're 1% of the way there. Okay, fusion. How are we going to set up fusion? So if we try and place... We need fluids to come in, which we can do from here. Okay, and then the plasma. That's right, we can't forget the plasma. Ooh, hang on a minute. We've got arrows going in. We've also got arrows going out. How does this work? Can we just stick these together like this? Maybe? Okay, hang on. So let's try putting some of these in. They have no power connections. We can sort that out quickly. And then they need input fluids. So we need first empty the fluids. There we go. We can empty that. Let's chuck those in there. We also need a chest to get rid of the excess. The barrels. Oh! Okay, we've got a bit of power going. Let's check the neighbor bonus. Wait, we have no neighbor bonus. Is that because they're not running? Hang on. I'm a little confused. So we're producing 1.8 megawatts from these fusion generators. Why is this all stopped? No more circuits. What's going on with these guys? Ah, okay. I think we need some storage boxes. There we go. Wow, that filled up very quickly. And absolutely no steel is making it through. That's not what we want to see. Alright, it might be time to finally build a proper scrapping loop here. So we can filter out gears, and then that turns into iron, and then the iron can turn into chests. And then the iron chests can then be recycled. Something like that. Then we got to figure out what to do with the concrete. So I think from memory, concrete very easily turns into hazard concrete, and then the hazard concrete recycles basically into nothing instantly. Then the rest of this stuff, what is this? Ice, among other things. They can probably just go into your regular run-of-the-mill recycling loop. Hey, how's our power doing? So the fusion generator has been working. And it's barely used any of the fusion cells. Ooh, okay. That's a pretty good return then. What happened to our gear chest? Here we go. Ah, okay, that's a lot of gears. That needs to be turned into stuff too. Is there anything else we can make with gears that would be worth making on this planet? Gears can be used in all this stuff, but I don't think any of them would prove particularly useful to us. Yeah, so we're probably just going to have to scrap that as well. There's so much scrapping to be done on this planet. We're back in business. Except we're not. What the heck's going on here? No, hang on. This is not working. Ah, help. This is not working. Maybe we should not have gone with the quality stuff. Maybe quality modules in these was a bad idea. I think we've clogged up our belts a little too much. Lesson learned. That was not a good idea, I don't think. I thought I was cutting back on some time by doing that, but turns out no. We really just need more speed on these, don't we? Okay, what if we copied these and just kind of made more of these? That's the mantra of this game, is it not? More! Okay, and then again, power is barely being consumed, which is really, really nice. So I assume that must... Yeah, the neighbor bonus is coming through. It's a bit weird how that works, actually. It's not constant like the nuclear plants were. Huh, interesting. So the last thing we need now, the fluoroketone needs to turn into stuff. So let's try and get that fluoroketone pumped out. All right, so there's the fluoroketone, and then we can cool that in our cryogenics plant. We can't put... Why can we put quality modules in that? You're not going to get quality fluoroketone out, are you? No, I don't think that's going to do anything, so we might as well just throw some speed modules in there. Anyway, that's going to do its thing. And then we can just pump this all back in. Alright. I think we did fusion. Rate my fusion plant. And we still got plenty of parts left over if we needed to expand it. Okay, so let's get this connected up. We need more batteries. What's wrong with our batteries? Why do we not have batteries? We don't have batteries down here. Okay, maybe... How do we make batteries? We might have to start manufacturing them. We need sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is iron and sulfur. Can we make sulfur here? Water and petroleum. Yes, we can. Okay. Got the heavy oil here. We need to crack the light oil further into petroleum. And our water can plug in like that. Cool. That's going to make us some light oil. Probably just throw some speed on that since it's infinite. Sorry, not a light oil. Petroleum gas. And then we can throw a tank on that. So then the petroleum gas and more water can make us our sulfur. What I might do is I might flip these and we can just simply run one of these pipes through. That might be a little elegant. Then we can speed these up. Then we need to bring the sulfur together with iron, which we have down here. Can we make batteries in an electromagnetic plant? No, but we can do a cryogenic plant. Good thing I brought lots of these then. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, this is big brain. No, wait, we need copper. But this is big brain because we can throw so many productivity modules in here. What's that bring us? 48%. Ooh. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. Connect that up. Sulfuric acid needs to come around. That's going to make our acid, which then can connect up with pipes. That's not the greatest connection I've ever done in my life. That's better. Nice. So that's our batteries. We just need the iron and the copper. Copper we have in excess over here. So let's run a belt all the way across here. This is a very, very long belt. Holy moly. And we got batteries. So then we need to ship the batteries back. Easiest way is probably just to join it back up with the main belt, but we could skip that as well. Join it up with this belt. Yeah, we might do that. There we go. That should get our batteries across. So now we just need to plug these in. There we go. Batteries. So now that we've got some more batteries being supplied, we should be getting more superconductors. That's still going to be very slow, but for the time being, let's copy these. Drop them here. Oh god, hang on. How is How are we ending up with solid fuel on this belt? Hold on a sec. Okay, I can't see any solid fuel now. That was a little confusing. Wow, these are completely full. Does anyone else just sit here sometimes and just watch their stuff move on the belts? It can get pretty mesmerizing. This is still going incredibly slowly though. But this is backing up now. So we could try upscaling this now. So we can take a look at our progress. We can see products finished 6 on this electromagnetic plant, and it's actually making another one right now. So there we go, that's 7. This is still backing up, so we could make some more of these. Damn, look at this! We're upcycling. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what the perfect ratios of doing this is going to be. Okay, this could be going a little quicker. Let's make another one of these. Maybe I need to throw some better quality modules into here, into these. Yeah, so quality is now plus 18.4% on this epic supercapacitor electromagnetic plant, so that's nice. Products finished is still 7, so this hasn't moved. We need holmium plates, supercapacitors, still waiting on plastic, and then we got copper problems. Okay, so if we then take the excess copper and scrap that, yeah, that should free up this belt and allow more plastic to come through. Still waiting on these. Just still waiting on holmium plates. Can we make better holmium plates? Oh, we got productivity going on in here though. We kind of don't want to get rid of that. But I suppose we could try, and we can filter this for regular holmium plates. And then just chuck them into some chests. Oh, but we got speed running on these, so that's not going to work. What we'll have to do is run the same recipe over this side, except on this time we can give it quality and no speed. Here we go, see what that does. Ooh, that's producing a bit of a yield. Oh, look at this, the belts are full again. You know what that means. No, that's not going to fit. Unless we paste them here. This is getting very excessive. Yeah, there we go. That holmium actually helped, I think. Okay, so this is going to be very excessive. But I think we might be able to make this work. This is going to get very messy with the... What do you mean can't... Is that an oil... Oh my goodness. That's not an oil ocean, buddy. That's a puddle. Alright, and then we need the beacons. Where are my beacons at? There they are. They're gonna have to go on this side. We can fill those with modules. Looks like we don't have enough productivity modules to fill all these, so we'll have to use the lower tier ones. It's fine, and then we just need to run these belts around. And connect up the pipes. Might actually shift this down a little bit. Give us some space to run a pipe around. Like that. Now we need more batteries again. Enough with the batteries. Oh, and holmium plates by the looks of it. Why are we low on holmium plates? Because we're low on holmium ore. Okay. And we're low on that because we're low on scrap by the looks of it. Okay, we can finally increase our scrap. We can finally throw down some extra drills. That should satisfy the belt. Yep, it has. Excellent. Okay, what's our production rates? 750 holmium plates per minute. Compare that to 10 hours ago. I peaked at 159 holmium plates per minute. Now we're doing 783. Holy, that's awesome. All this just to get some fancy armor. Okay, yeah, we definitely need more holmium ore by the looks of it. So, how are we going to actually get more holmium ore? Oh, these are full. These are actually filled up. That's not ideal. Yeah, there's a lot of holmium ore sitting in these. Hang on a sec. That's not good. That's wastage. Okay, what are we going to do about that? I guess the only thing you can do is more scrap. More scrap recycling, but then you have to get rid of all the excess items. Okay, hang on. I've got an idea. I've had a genius idea. What if we... Okay, let's copy this again. Get some more scrap coming around, and let's bring it up here. Okay, we got some space to build here. So, if I run a loop of recyclers and scrap, but then set input priority and then run this on a loop around, And then if we then filter this stuff here for holmium, holmium comes out here. And then this loops back around. And then this comes back down to here. Maybe you guys can see what I'm thinking. So if we scrapped all this stuff, then we prioritize the input of the stuff coming back around in a loop, then we can scrap that instead. At least until we run out of this stuff. I guess we just need to speed this up. Is this big brain or is this stupid brain? Okay, wow, this is very slow. So what do we think? Is this a smart idea or is this dumb? Because I literally don't need anything else except holmium. And we just can't store all this stuff or even turn it into other stuff because we don't need anything else. We just need the holmium. But I've got no holmium coming through. What if we copy this over here, join this back up to the loop, and then throw some speed on that? Does that work? I mean, maybe? No, it's completely died. Oh, no. Okay, that did not work. This is going to become a tunnel. And then we can do another filter. This is going to filter for batteries, because we actually need batteries. There we go, batteries. So we should have a little bit extra batteries out of that. What's going on here? This is a total disaster. Okay. I have an idea. It's circuit time. Let's wire these up. Okay, if this is full, we're gonna hold just this little single belt. This is gonna enable disable if everything is equal to 0. Yep, so that's stopped. Hopefully what that does is it's gonna chew through all this stuff first. Yep, that's letting stuff through. Nice, that's exactly what we want. Oh god, I'm very full. Ah! There's way too much stuff in here. How did I get iron ore? What? Where did iron ore come from? Huh? Oh, we scrapped concrete for iron ore. Right. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I need to... Scrap is so hard. Ah, right. Another item we need to save is ice. Because we need ice for water. Oh, and plastic would be a good idea too. This is becoming an absolute spaghetti mess. There we go. Ice. So that might help with our ice problem. Yeah. That way we're just getting rid of the useless stuff. And then once this empties out, because we have nothing left, then it'll let some new scrap in and we can continue the cycle. That might have just solved the problem. Let's also check on our power. Oh, we're starting to eat the power. Now I've noticed that we also have a backup of batteries. Because I forgot to reconnect this belt, but there we go. How's this going? 22 products finished. Ooh. We got some legendary superconductors and a legendary battery. Yeah, okay. Looks like we're going to need some more fuel in these. Oh, wow. Okay, we're producing way too many supercapacitors. I'm going to need some more recyclers. Actually, what we could do is let's queue up some recyclers to be made. Could do it here. Some quality modules to see if we can get any slightly better quality recyclers. See what that does. Still low on holmium, mostly because we're not getting extra holmium out of scrap because it's just making scrap. That's a bit of a flawed design, I think. But everything else seems to be doing okay. We could probably speed this up with a beacon. Oh, we got some better quality recyclers. So what does that do? Makes them faster. Okay. Just chuck them here. And what we can do is throw this onto this side. There we go. Oh, look at that. We've got items. We have 5 legendary holmium plates. And 5 legendary superconductors. Oh, actually, hang on. What's going on here? Oh! Hang on a sec. We've got some legendary superconductors sitting here. Yeah, that should let these keep running now. Okay, I think we can shove the speed modules back into here, which is gonna spike the power. The fusion generators are working pretty hard, but they haven't consumed any extra cells yet, so that's really good. That's really efficient. 6 legendary supercapacitors, 9 legendary holmium plates. Okay, this might actually work. Maybe all we need to do is just wait now. Maybe it's time to go and do some other things. Wow, okay, so over 60 minutes, that's going to be 12. So 12 per hour. Oh, that's terrible. Bit better on the supercapacitors. The superconductors are even worse though. If we need 200, we'd need 16 hours of AFK at this rate. That's not healthy at all. Yep, okay, we definitely need to increase the holmium production. Yep, okay, I just can't be lazy. I have to do it. Scrap comes through here. Oh god, my inventory. Ah! Ah! There's too much. Okay, so that's filling up with scrap, and then we take these gears and we can run them up here, and then we can use one of these to make iron chests, and then we can recycle that. There we go. So that'll deal with the gears, and then we need to figure out what to do with everything else. Solid fuel can probably just burn. Low density structure easily crafted from legendary coal. Wait, really? Plastic? Oh, wait. You could turn it into plastic. I see. Oh, that's smart. Okay, and to make legendary coal, we have sulfur and carbon. Ah, yes. That makes sense now. And we have a nice little supply of all that sitting here. Okay, cool. So, in that case, we're all set then. The only thing we're waiting on is quite literally just the holmium. Okay, so I need to turn this into hazard concrete. Ice, we can keep the ice. After steel is batteries. Again, we want batteries. After batteries, we got stone. Stone's useless, so we can... We have enough stone, rather, so we can just turn that into landfill. Oh, this is where it gets a little ugly. The red circuits we don't need, but they take a little bit longer to get rid of, so... Recycler there, and then 2 chests, and they're going to go hippity-hoppity. What have we got next? Blue circuits. Okay, these are going to be even more annoying, but again, same principle. Okay, low density structures, they... I don't know what to do about them. Maybe we just deliver them. Okay, so I'm going to put the low density structures, I'm going to bring them over to here. Okay, let's just squeeze that around. Oh god, this is a maze. And then the last thing is our holmium ore, which is what we're really after. That can meet up onto this belt. That's a mess. It works. That should be everything. So, whoa, look how thick these belts are. Oh, damn. It's kind of as much as I can think of. So if we check our production rates now, yeah, there we go. Now we're at 136 holmium ore, which is a lot better than 80. This is all backed up. It's still very slow. We could probably up the production of these things now, though. Here we go. We're nearly there. We're still producing the holmium ore. 77? Why is that slowed down? Oh, no. This is all stopped. No. Yeah, what are we going to do with this processor? What's the best way to get rid of blue circuits? Can we turn blue circuits into anything? Not easily. That's right. That was the thing we were going to do. We were going to make modules on this planet. I suppose any excess that ends up over here can be turned into scrap. Alright, hopefully that takes care of that. And what's our holmium at now? 150! That's better. Alright, so in that case... I just realized this research has been sitting here idle the whole day. Whoops. We have 14 holmium plates, so that gets us almost 10% of the way to legendary armor, so that should complete in due time. Superconductors and supercapacitors are looking good. We don't need too many of those, so they'll be coming through. And then apart from that, everything else should be good to go.